Hey, right now, a lot of firms are rushing into using AI for drafting documents, and I don't blame them. But I think a lot of firms are ignoring a really important part of where it can play instrumental part in their law firm improve profits, and that is automated workflows. Not a lot gets talked about it, and there's a couple of reasons for that, I think. First off, it's the lawyers that are doing the drafting, so that they're drafting all the documents. So one of the things that they want to use AI for is to help them do that better and faster. And the other reason is that the AI tools available for drafting pretty much anything are instantly available. ChatGPT, Claude, whatever your favorite AI is, it's there. You go, you type a prompt, you say, I want this type of document, blah, 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 and it spits it out. So it's very, very easy. It's like the low-hanging fruit. So that gets a lot of press. A lot of AI software out there is built all around document drafting and researching. But what about the workflows? And the workflows don't get the press and don't really get lauded as I believe they should because, well, they're a lot more work to implement. You just can't go to ChatGPT and say, connect this email with this intake, and so it sends out an email and prints a letter out for client, blah, blah, blah. You can't just do that in ChatGPT on your desktop and expect that that's going to work with your entire law firm tech ecosystem. It's just not going to work out that way. In fact, implementing workflows is a fair amount of work. Each one requires setting up the different tasks connected with the different software that's involved. And then, of course, testing it, make sure everything works perfectly. And then you're up and running. So that's not something most lawyers are just going to be able to go out and do. It's one of those aspects of AI in law firms and any business right now that doesn't get a lot of the press. What's interesting in most businesses, they're not knowledge-based. They're not like law firms where we're just neck deep in documents and knowledge and data and all of the stuff that we need to deal with, which AI is excellent for. And I don't in any way mean for this video to take away from how cool AI is for drafting. That's not the point. It's very, very good, and it's only going to get much, much better. The point of this video is to highlight what automated workflows can do for a firm, because a firm is, after all, a business. And the way I like it is right now we are in sort of a legal industrial revolution. You know, decades ago, a lot of manufacturing switched from just purely man-made production into fully automated, and now it's computerized, and it's even more automated now, and it's better. And that's what we're doing with law. Up until just a couple of years ago, most law practices functioned basically like an old school, 100-year-old handmade human-powered system that cranked out client matters. And now with AI, we're able to take it to, I won't want to say full automation, because I think you definitely want to have a lot of human oversight still involved even once these automations are in place. But they are going to no doubt be able to get a lot more done with the same number of people. I know we talk about, little simple automations that you could do that, let's say a particular step was reached, you received the deposition transcript from opposing counsel, or you got it yourself, and it can trigger off a step. Maybe it creates a synopsis of that or something, and then it can email it out to the client, or you send a letter to the client, or sends a bill to a client, and all these little micro steps that you can do. Now, when you break down how a client matter flows through your law firm, it doesn't matter which practice, you're going to be able to break down a lot of tiny little micro tasks that are generally done by people. And many of those can be done with AI and automated. You just have to break it down and tediously implement each workflow automation one by one so that they work in step. So I liken it to like a daisy chain. You reach point X in a file and it triggers Y. And then once Y is completed, it triggers such and such and such and such. And that's how you build it out. And it's one task at a time, one type of practice area at a time, one step in the process at a time, and you build it out. And it takes a lot of planning to do this, but once you stack those automations, even within one practice area, you're going to be amazed at how much more you're able to get done, that your firm is able to crank out with the same number of people. And one other aspect that's not discussed is, the hallucination angle. Hallucinations get a lot of press with lawyers trotting into court with fake case law. That's the cliche these days. But hallucinations are typically going to happen when it comes to drafting documents and doing research. That's where the mistakes are going to be made. And again, I'm not saying that this is any reason for you not to use AI for drafting. I'm pro AI for drafting with a lot of human oversight. It will speed up time. More importantly, and this is another point a lot of people don't talk about, I believe AI can actually produce better work. All right. A lot of people talk about how it saves time. I believe when you prompt correctly with AI, no matter what you're doing, especially in the whole drafting and research side of things, with the right prompts, you're going to get a better outcome. It may not save time, but you're going to end up with a better result. When it comes to the automated workflows, we don't have that hallucination problem because it's AI that's involved, but it's also mechanical. It's working directly with software. And when X is done, it triggers something. If you're a lawyer and you're looking into AI, and a lot of lawyers are right now, and it's a frustrating process. I know firsthand, they're doing lots of demos of different AI software, and a lot of that software is amazing, like really, really good. Like, get it and start using it, figuring it out, and commit to it, and it's going to do wonders for your practice. But a lot of that software has nothing to do with the automations, and that's a whole different type of process altogether, but it should not be ignored. In terms of treating your law practice like a business, right now, the implementing and investing in workflow operations, which will not be cheap up front, I can tell you that right now. It's like converting an old school factory from being basically human powered into like full computerized. That was a process. And not only was it a process, not only did it take a lot of time, it took an absolute ton of money. And also, I'm going to take that kind of money to switch a firm from basically human powered into incorporating a lot of AI automated workflows. It's not going to take that kind of money, but it is an investment up front. But it will pay off if you stick with it and if you use it. And part of that is training people to use it, to trust it. Trust is huge. Trust is huge. It's like, is it really going to make that letter? Is it going to print it? Is it going to be correct? Are you going to have the right name on there? Well, that's where a lot of, obviously you're going to do a lot of testing and trials before you deploy this thing in real life with your firm. But once you're confident and you let your people train with it, and they'll get confident and they're going to really appreciate it. Your bottom line is going to appreciate it. Thanks for watching.